Hi, I wanted to show you a little bit of the method that we use for homeschooling. It's one of the things that kind of just makes my life easier. And for me, with the type A personality, I like having records and scores to show just in case. And it just helps keep me more organized when it comes to children's school, so I know what progress you're making. But anyways, I've been homeschooling now, this is my 6th year. When we were at my former church, where my husband was the assistant pastor, he was also the principal of a small one-room ACE school, which is technically considered homeschooling, I guess, as well, because it was just for the members, and the parents of the children kind of rotated and kind of helped out at the school along with him. So there wasn't like paid staff doing it. But when we moved here 6 years ago to start the church, all the homeschooling fell on me, obviously, because we were just starting the church with just our family. So I started then, and one of the things I found right away that helped me was this. It's called the Ultimate Homeschool Planner, and it's really neat. I mainly use it just for the lesson plans for day to day to keep track of what they're doing, and then also this, I'll show you here in a minute, but also in the back, there's a place to keep all their grades, and that does a good job. This is my one from this year, so I don't have as many grades. Illinois, it's a really good state to homeschool in. We have basically no rules or laws. Basically, the law is you have to be capable of doing it, which I'm capable of doing it. I'm capable of teaching my own children. So I feel completely competent, and most people are more competent than they realize. So, and it's kind of funny because I learn as I homeschool, I'm learning along with my children. You know, I'm 36, so it's been a while since I was in high school, but as they're doing things, I'm learning along with them. So anyways, we don't need much. We don't have to have the children tested. We don't have to check in with anyone every year, but for my sake, I like to have the grades to keep track of how they're doing and how they're progressing. Yes, they take tests, and I like that to see just how they're advancing. So let me turn this around. I'll show you last year. I've gotten the homeschool planner every year except last year. Around the time we started school, I was kind of broke, so I had to go with the cheapo one from the store in town, but this is the cheapo one, and I mainly used it for all their grades, and then also throughout the year I did lesson plans like that, but it wasn't near as easy as the other one. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. So we have here is kind of a little calendar. They have things. I don't do a lot of this. I don't keep track of attendance or anything because I basically figure, you know, if they get their school done, they have to finish a certain number of books every year, and as long as they get that done, that's all that they need. But like this, here we go. I like this because it has a section for each of their names. And I've figured out I'll only ever be homeschooling 5 at one time. No matter how many children we end up having, I'll only ever be doing 5. Tommy will be graduating next year, Jason the year after him, Abby 2 years after them, so that by the time all my younger children are coming up. But it keeps track of all of their subjects, and for each day, as you see there. It's just a really, really nice setup. And then in between, they do have different things that you can do, which I don't because it's just more writing. I'm doing very, very well if I can get all this done, because this takes a lot of work as it is, and scoring their tests. Scoring their tests takes a lot of time, especially when you've got 5 that are doing it. But then in the back, it has a place for all of their scores, and it has plenty of room. I think this goes up to about 6 children. That's about. But like I said, I'll only ever be homeschooling 5 at one time, so it works out great. And the nice thing with this is my children do. Allie, my youngest, she does a Becca Video School, which I love, but my other 4 do the PACES. And the nice thing about this is that it's very self-motivated. They have little sections in here that once you get to it, they score on their own. So we have lots and lots of score keys over there in the schoolroom. There's some children going by. We're getting ready to go to music lessons. But they score on their own, so that takes a ton off of me because it would be tough for me to keep up with scoring all these. And then the self-test is a nice review for their test. And there's that self-test, and this is civics. This is chemistry. He's doing civics as well. I just had a civics one. Right here, he's doing civics as well this year. So that's just a nice, those are the paces. But as you can see, I have pretty much one of these books for every school year, and then my junky one from last year. But it's just a really nice book, and I like being able to keep my grades and my lesson plans all in one book. I have kept the test from the last 2 years, just in case we've ever gotten a knock on the door, which we haven't. And we are also members of the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, just in case. One thing I like about these books, though, is I do like having records of it, because, there are some homeschoolers, I say that loosely, that do give us a bad name. Maybe it's a free-for-all. They don't really do much school. Their kids don't do tests. But I like having all my grades kind of as proof. I don't keep all the finished paces. It would be too much. My whole room would be full to the ceiling with paces. But I do keep all of their grades. And the last 2 years, I've kept all their tests. So just in case, you never know. But this definitely is my favorite planner that I've found. And like I said, it's about $25 off Amazon, but it's well worth every penny. So have a good day.